When you have high cholesterol, you may develop fatty deposits in your blood vessels. Eventually, these deposits make it difficult for enough blood to flow through your arteries. Your heart may not get as much oxygen-rich blood as it needs, which increases the risk of a heart attack. High cholesterol can be inherited, but it's often the result of unhealthy lifestyle choices and thus preventable and treatable. A healthy diet and regular exercise can go a long way toward reducing high cholesterol. Join me as we uncover natural remedies you can use to manage your cholesterol levels. My name is Joanna Mambia.
Workout, you need to work out. You need to watch your diet. Yes, and do a lot of vegetables.
But when you have many of these hyenas, it means there is nothing dead that will be left. There is no bone that will be left. It will be cleaning.
Have your cholesterol tested and work with your doctor to adjust your cholesterol level as necessary.
What does high cholesterol mean? And what level of cholesterol is dangerous? I asked a few people these questions, and here are the responses I got.
Cholesterol, I've heard that cholesterol is when you have got fat into your veins or something like that. Yes, that it interferes with the blood flow in the veins.
So what do you think are the possible ways to maybe reduce fat or control the fat that goes into it?
I think one way of eating and also exercises. Yeah.
Cholesterol is fat in the body, excess fat in the body. Workout, you need to work out. You need to watch your diet. Yes, and do a lot of vegetables.
Yes, I have a general idea. It's a buildup of fat in your blood vessels, and basically you have to watch what you eat. Don't eat too much fats, and also you have to exercise to burn off the one that you actually eat.
Plants do not contain cholesterol and are usually low in saturated fat. So vegetables and other plant-based foods should feature regularly in a diet to lower cholesterol. These include oat cereals, barley fruit, vegetables, soya foods and drinks, beans and pulses, nuts and seeds. These are just some of the diet inclusions that our nutritionist, Ms. Hesperance Deodate, will take us through today, which are responsible for lowering our body's cholesterol levels. Listen in and stay tuned to learn more on how to handle high cholesterol.
When a child is born, the arteries are flexible. They are flexible like this. They do not have any hardening. But it is the other LDL, when it is mixing with other substances and they stick in the inside, they harden the arteries. And when they harden, then it becomes a problem. But otherwise, we are supposed to have these flexible arteries. So this maintenance crew, making sure that at least we have the inside of our arteries clean, is the one that is called HDL. Now, when the inside is sticking with many substances and it is narrowing it, that condition is called atherosclerosis. And you see, when it is happening, that is just the beginning of the problem. You know what? Because if this one was taking at a certain speed the amount of blood and you are narrowing it, it means the space will be, the circumference will be slow, it will be small, and then it will have a problem in passing that same amount of blood with the nutrients and oxygen that is carrying. Now, with the HDL again, we want to understand it. When it is greater than 60 milligrams per deciliter, then that is high and it is good. So we need it higher. But when it is lower than 40 milligrams per deciliter, then it is low. And then, yes, there is a problem. Now, people who have a greater HDL, then those ones are at a lower risk for the heart diseases. But when you have low of the good, it means you have a bush that has very few hyenas. and you have a dead buffalo there, you have dead animals there, you see the whole of the world will be stinking, dirty. But when you have many of these hyenas, it means there is nothing dead that will be left. There is no bone that will be left. It will be cleaning. So we need more of this scavenger, the maintenance crew, to make sure that it is removing the bad cholesterol that is not needed. Now, if your good cholesterol or HDL is low, then it is time for you to think about exercise. That is natural, exercise. But also, are you smoking? Quit it. Because you know what? The smoking itself is reducing the good ones. So you need to quit smoking. We need to understand a little bit about this low. What if it is getting low again? Let's talk about your body weight. How is it? Let us reduce it, all right? But also, we need to follow up the cholesterol test every now and then. We need to know how to raise it. And the way we can raise it, we have omega-3. Omega-3, when you use raw nuts, omega-3, the raw nuts means almond. We also use the walnut, the coconut oil, and then we also use flax seeds. Flax seeds. We have flax seeds. When you use those ones, then you raise it. And then you use olive oil, but do not cook using olive oil. Just use it raw. Pour it here in your salad, and then you take it raw. That one will aid in raising the HDL, but also reduce the amount of carbohydrates in your diet. Now again, how do we do it? We use raw oats. I just want to make a quick meal of just what I'm saying, because probably you might not understand when we say use more of this and use more of this. I want you to see how I'm doing it. It is a real quick one, and I want to use the almonds. I have soaked the almonds. I just want a few, and I will use very few almonds, because I also want to show you that it is something that you can do at home, and it is something that is really quick, and it is something that is really simple. With this one, I will get the milk that I need, and I also want to sweeten it. Yeah? Don't think that when we talk about raw food, then we just take things that are not raw. This is dried raisins, so you can use the dried raisins. But because we are dealing with cholesterol, garlic is very good in lowering the cholesterol. So I have put some garlic there, and flax seeds. Flax seeds, remember we said that the flax seeds are good. Now we need something else. We need the oats. Okay, I'll just put little. That will be enough for this quick meal. If you have time, or if you are generous, you can put 1 or 2 walnuts, just like that. If you had coconut milk, you will have put coconut milk. If you do not have coconut milk, but you have something we call moringa powder. Yes, moringa powder. Oh, you'll have just put it moringa powder there, because it is all good for cholesterol. And the last but not least is the cinnamon. This is also excellent when it comes into lowering the other one, the LDL, but raising the good one. Now you see, all I'm going to do is to add some little. This is like porridge, so it is not going to be very light, and I will get a very quick meal made out of raw things, but all the things that are raising your HDL. Done. You know what? My meal is ready. And look at this one. Everything you are taking there is lowering the bad and raising the good. And this one glass is very enough. And let me tell you, it is filling. And let me tell you, I will eat it. I will not just taste it. I will eat it. It is good. You will taste the garlic, but it is all that we need because you need to reduce the other one. I will get back to my glass a little bit later. So for now, we also need how to raise the HDL, stop smoking, lose weight, eat food that has purple. It has a certain chemical, plant chemical, that is raising the good cholesterol, the HDL. But also, we need to understand the other one. Why do we call it bad? Number one, when they say that your cholesterol is high, it means you have high level of low density lipoprotein. It means the one that is sticking around the wall, the one that is sticking inside, reducing, narrowing, it means you have a lot of it and it is narrowing. Now that one, when it is meeting with some other substances, it is making plaque, hard things like cement. And then these ones, when they're hardening in the inside, now this is what is hardening. So you see, you have the artery that is no longer flexible, and that is why we call it a bad one. Now, when these plaques build up, and then they have another problem in the arteries now, it means you just need something that will remove it. And we do not have a way. You see, with our thermos or bottles, we will insert a certain brush and remove what is sticking on the wall. But this one, you just need the HDL. You need something that is going through the arteries that will remove the bad one. And that is why we need all these things. You need to balance the omega-3 and the omega-6. You need the raw food, and this is very raw. You eat like this, and then you have a glass like this. Let me tell you, you are full, but you are full of good things, the goodness, the antioxidants, the phytochemicals, the vitamins, the minerals, the enzymes, all these, those that are needed into reducing the LDL, reducing the plaques, and raising the good one. Now, we need to understand it more so that if we condemn it, we truly condemn it. Now, when the hardening happens, and then you have this blood flowing slowly, it means if it blocks completely, if it is minimizing the amount of oxygen that is moving there, you might end up having a chest pain, and that one is called angina. But if it blocks completely, then it means you have a heart attack. You see? That is why we call it bad. And that is why we need to understand it. And that is why when we tell you reduce animal products, we do not mean to deny you what you like. It is only that we want you to stick with the nutrients that the liver, because it is a factory which is making the good cholesterol, the cholesterol that is needed in the body. We just want to take the ingredients for the factory to work, the raw material for the liver to be able to manufacture the cholesterol that it needs. But when we take this other excess, now we are asking the body, what do you have with the meat cholesterol? What do you do with it? Then it is like stammering. Then when it is stammering, it means it does not even know what to do with that cholesterol. Then there is a problem. Okay? Now, men aging 45 to 65 and women aging 55 to 65 should have a blood test for cholesterol every 1 to 2 years so that you always check on this other cholesterol. Now, what is raising the LDL, the low density lipoprotein? The diet, saturated fat, and also blood full of, food that has animal products, cholesterol. And then when you are overweight and inactivity, you do not exercise, when you are smoking, when you are aging, automatically the cholesterol build up in the arteries. But genetically also, if it is in your genes, then you are more susceptible to build up the cholesterol, and it has a problem. Some medication that we use, again, like the ones which have steroids, they raise the low density lipoprotein. There are also other medical conditions, like most degenerative conditions, diabetes and heart diseases, all those, they participate in raising the other one. So how do you lower? Number one, it has to be diet, therapeutic lifestyle change. When we say therapeutic, it is because now you don't eat it because it is good. The same way we do not take medication, we do not go for surgery because it is good, but it is because we want to get better, we want to be healed. then you need a therapeutic lifestyle change, all right? You need to limit the saturated and fat that you normally take. You need to limit your sugar. We need to limit your fries. You need to limit all these things that you do. Oh, you also need to limit the refined foods. You need to reduce the amount of sugar and sugary substances that you take. You need to take care of your body weight. You need to increase more on the physical activities, and we need to use the natural remedies. You know what? High cholesterol, high LDL is a major risk factor for heart diseases. It is increasing your chance to develop heart diseases, heart attack, okay? But so, if it is increasing the chance to increase heart attack, it means it is also increasing your chance to get stroke. And that is why we are condemning it, and that is why sometimes you have to do the therapeutic changes that we do. Now, so what do we do? For example, what supplements? You scrutinize, see everything that you do, ask some questions on the food that is on your table. For example, I just want to do something, a quick one here. As I have these sticks, and then I'm putting it on this, these are cinnamon sticks, and I want to take it. This is my tea. I may put honey or no honey at all, but this is how I will soak it. This is hot water from the flask. And then I want to be hydrating my body throughout this day. And so I'm seated, I'm working, but I'm taking it. So as you are taking these cinnamon sticks, be able to talk with your cup. What do you have for me? How are you going to help me? Are you worsening my health, or you are bettering it? So when you talk with the food that is on the table, and you know this one is helpful to me, then those are the necessary changes that you are making. For example, if you are seated with a bowl of junk food, then be able to talk also to that junk food. Excuse me, junk food, what do you have for me? I'm going to eat you. You are going to use my teeth. You are going to use my energy. You are going to use my saliva. I will swallow you. You are going to engage my autonomic nerve system. You are also going to even induce these other nerve systems. But also in the stomach, I am going to invigorate you. And then you will go to the intestine. I'm going to digest you. You will take me through a lot. I will use a lot of nutrients. What have you brought to me? Let me tell you, it is not because I'm talking, but if you dare ask this big thing you're holding, called the junk, sugary, oily, fatty, you will not take it. Because even as you are asking, it will say, I might give you some energy, but I will not be able to replace the enzymes that you are using. I might not be able to replace the hormones. I will not even give you the protein you use. The phytochemicals are not there. You're going to use a lot of those nutrients, but I will not be able to give you. I'm going to give you a lot of those bad things and not good things. And as you are dialoguing, you will see. You won't be able to take it. You won't. And that is why, on natural remedies, if you want to deal with the cholesterol, befriend this jama. Befriend it. This thing is called garlic. You can go for the other kind of garlic. This one, you can also even blend it just with water. Put it 1 or 2 in a glass of water. Let it stay there. The same way you put your cinnamon water, the cinnamon sticks in water. Then you can also do with this garlic. You can put it in your salad. You can put it in the food you eat. You do not have to cook it. You can just take it raw. Okay? And also, because it has the antioxidants necessary, it will be able to take the other one down, but increase this other one. Now, there is something else that you can do. Green tea. You see, this water that you take, if it was the green tea with the flavonoids, flavonoid is extremely very good. You see, this waxy, like fat substances, this one is very stubborn. Very stubborn. When it is in your body, let me tell you, it is one business and a half business to remove it from your system. It is not a normal thing. It is easy for you to remove the normal fat, but not this one. This one is stubborn. Even with the medication, it is very stubborn. You see, you can take medication, but you check and it is still there. And as much as it is there, it is ruining you. And that is why when we say we need the natural remedies, but we need to make the lifestyle changes, it means we just want to help. Use coriander seeds. You can also use coriander juice from the fresh coriander. But there is something that here that we have plenty, and this is the dried leaves of moringa. But make use of this. But the leaves, the secret of using herbs or all green juices, use them early in the morning on an empty stomach. Just throw it in the blender and then take it and then relax. It will wash out. As it is washing out, it is washing out. It is also washing out the dirty that will have united with the LDL to form all the bad things that you do not need. But also, we have what we call flax seeds. Befriend this thing. It has both omega-3 and omega-6. Befriend it, love it. We just need to lower the LDL, low density lipoprotein, and we need to increase the other one, which is maintenance, which is the one that is scrapping. This other one actually, it is scrapping the wall. It is scrapping when it is plenty. The HDL, the high density lipoprotein from the fish oil, from the raw nuts, the one that is in lipids and sterols, it is scrapping the walls and it is reducing the bad one. Then you stay in good health. The omega-3 is protecting the heart. It is protecting you. It is protecting you from the heart attack. It is protecting you from the stroke. So it is a good thing. But there's something else that you have to do. Exercise. Exercise. It is a must that you exercise. Eat healthy, eat hearty, healthy food. So if you are able to take this thing, it is easy. Oats, whole grain. What whole grain do you have in your area? Use them generously. Eliminate fats, eliminate saturated fats. The ones that we cook with are not as useful as the raw nuts. Use raw nuts generously. But stop smoking and then be able to address your stress level. Let me tell you, our aim is to be able to use our environment, our natural environment and everything that God has given us to better our lives. So if you are able to go natural, use all the natural remedies, even the vitamin D, bask in the sun, do exercise, do all it takes, but do what you can do naturally to make sure that you stay healthy naturally. You know what? The challenges that we are facing today, they can be sorted out naturally. The change of lifestyle, if you do that, you have blessed yourself with longevity, with energy, with productivity, and that is just what God wants out of you. Be blessed. Stay blessed.
Besides improving your diet, exercising is one of the most effective lifestyle changes you can make to help bring your numbers down naturally. If your joints are in good shape and you enjoy jogging, you're in luck, as this is a great exercise for lowering cholesterol and for managing your weight. Don't think you have to race though. An easy jog for a few miles may be better for lowering cholesterol than a fast sprint around the block. Dr. Fasaha Tegaye will now give you more tips you can use to curb high cholesterol levels.
Hello and welcome to this segment. I'm sure you have learned quite a lot from the previous section with our nutritionist. My name is Dr. Fasaha Tegaye, a medical doctor and a public health specialist. And I want to point out a few facts you should take note of concerning our topic today, cholesterol. From a dietary standpoint, the best way to lower your cholesterol is reduce saturated fat and trans fat from your diet. A heart-healthy diet emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, and nuts. Avoid sugary foods and beverages. Eating this way may also help to increase your fiber intake, which is beneficial. A diet high in fiber can help lower cholesterol levels by as much as 10%. Physical activity is important. Just 40 minutes of aerobic exercise 3 to 4 times a week is enough to lower both cholesterol and high blood pressure. There are lots of options such as brisk walking, swimming, and cycling. Stop smoking. When a person with unhealthy cholesterol levels also smokes, his or her risk of coronary heart disease increases more than it otherwise would. Smoking also compounds the risk presented by other risk factors for heart disease, such as high blood pressure and diabetes. By quitting, smokers can lower their cholesterol levels and help protect their arteries. Non-smokers should avoid exposure to secondhand smoke. The good news is high cholesterol can be lowered, reducing the risk of heart disease and stroke. If you are an adult, 20 years and above, have your cholesterol tested and work with your doctor to adjust your cholesterol level as necessary.
Look for ways to incorporate more activity into your daily routine, such as using the stairs instead of taking the elevator or parking farther from your office. Take walks during breaks at work. Try to increase standing activities such as cooking or doing yard work. Let's now do a recap on the lesson of the day. If you're trying to lower your cholesterol, you should have less than 200 milligrams a day of cholesterol. Cholesterol is in foods of animal origin such as liver and other organ meats, egg yolks, shrimps, and whole milk dairy products. Cut these foods out of your diet gradually for more pronounced results. Thank you for watching today's episode of Health and Flavour. I have been your host, Joanna Mambia.